You know what the fun part is about keeping up on the news? Is that when you see someone who's trying to pass off old news as something brand new, you can just laugh in their face. It's like people are apparently finding out just now that Inkay evolves into Malamar by holding your 3DS upside down. Come on! We figured this shit out back in May! So this isn't news! Though I still can't believe that the guy behind this actually did everything in his power to get sacked. That was just incredibly stupid. Can't help but wonder just how much more we would have found out had he not been in such a hurry to get fired. But even so, it seems like the build of the game he was playing was a bit outdated, considering that Mega Evolutions appear to not have been a thing in that version, or at least Mega Mewtwo, because it was clearly labeled as an alternate form back then, so clearly this is something that changed late in development. Will it be the same for the Fairy-type chart? Well, we should see in just a matter of days, because Korokoro is supposed to leak sometime this week. I'm hoping that at the very least they reconsider this whole being strong against fighting garbage, because other than Dragon and Steel, fighting probably among the best types out there. I mean, making fighting strong against yet another type? What would there be left to do to buff that type even further? Increase Fail Blast's accuracy, and that's about it? But I guess there's no use in complaining about something that's not 100% official yet. So I'm just going to move on to another subject. I'm a bit surprised at just how many views that censored video of Pokémon Red that I made over the weekend had. I mean, it got more views than my current LPs, which is ridiculous in a sense, and I guess this just shows exactly why I don't get as much views as I used to. It's not that it's not that I have less active viewers as oh my god, talk about a bad deal. See, this is the problem with Roar and Whirlwind. Sometimes you just send in something that you don't want to send in at all. But yeah, it's not as much the fact that I have more inactive subscribers or something. It's just that even among my viewership, it seems that Pokémon Red is a lot more of a catch than something like a White or White 2, for example. So I guess my subscriber base is still full of Gen 1ers, because all I did was re-upload a video that was over 4 years old, and it got views like crazy! And the sad thing is, it also got disliked like crazy. And I wonder why. Is it because it was an old video? Because I made it clear why I re-uploaded it in the movie description of that particular video. It's just that people from Canada, the United States, Germany, and Japan can't view it anymore, so I did the sensible thing. I tried to be courteous, I tried to be nice, I re-uploaded it so people from these countries who wanted to see it could see it, and I still get shit on for doing that just because it's not original content. It's something that I uploaded 4 years ago. Well, I guess maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. After all, I didn't get any negative comments. Speaking of negative comments, fuck you, Effect Spore. I have a story that's slightly related to that I'll get to in a bit. But I guess after I'm done fighting this thing, I'm gonna head back to town and heal. Because, well, we're rather early in the video, and Electric can't really... Well, or, wait, we could talk to Yancy for a while? That was totally unexpected. I lost count of how many calls we did, but we gotta be on our way to 10 at this rate, because the rules change a bit once you get to 10. I'll be sure to get into that, but once I reach that point, I'm gonna head back to town. Thank God I'm not taking any damage from just walking around anymore. One of the best changes they did to Poison, by far and away. So we got Mr. Metal here as well. I'm just going to pick up my medals while I'm here. Not that I really care, because, well, it's not like this is a run specifically for achievements or anything like that. So, what do we got here? Castelia boss, probably for beating all those trainers in the Castelia back alley. And speaking of backtracking for healing, this is my 7th Let's Play. Of Pokemon, that is. Overall, it's my 20th, but this is my 7th Pokemon Let's Play. You would think that after a while people would get used to my playstyle, but no! I still... Oh, wow! Trading an Emolga for a Gigalith? Well, talk about a steal, especially considering that, to my knowledge, it's the only way to get a Gigalith when emulating, since trading on emulators in the same way you can do with a TGV Duel or a VBA Link, that still is not a thing as of now. So, and I guess we gotta figure that kind of shit out before we can move on to 3DS emulation, I suppose. But, yeah, what I was about to say is that I don't use repels, and I try to avoid using healing items as well, because, well, they cost money, and I'm a stingy motherfucker. I mean, at least I have a reason in this Let's Play, because the bonus content is going to be exceedingly expensive to set up for. And okay, triple battle. I gotta concentrate here for a second. What do I want to do? I'm gonna do this, and no, that doesn't look like such a good move. God, I hate triple battles so much. I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna go with, what do I want to do here? Well, screw that. I'm probably not gonna be dying here, so I'm just gonna go with Signal Beam, though in retrospect, maybe Amber would have been a better choice. It would have done a little bit more damage, and Burn is probably more consistently good than a Confusion, even though it's probably not going to happen. Well! I was just about to say it was not going to happen, and it did happen. So if I used Ember, I would have burned the thing, but not that it would have really mattered, because it decided to use Air Slash. But anyway, as I was about to say, I'm so stingy, it's absolutely crazy. In fact, I'm that way in all games, by the way, not just Pokemon. I try to hold on to my money as much as humanly possible. Sometimes it's needed, sometimes it turns out to not be needed. Here, at least, as I said before, I have the excuse of the bonus content requiring a lot of money to prepare for, and even if there wasn't that, there's still the fact that, you know, I want to keep my money in case I really need something, because let's be honest here, using repels while going through dungeons, it's nice, you know, it makes the going go by faster, but nonetheless, it's really not necessary, because you can just run away, especially in Generation 5, where the pre-battle screen, I guess I could say, is a lot shorter than in previous generations, so it's not as much of a problem here as it is in other generations. So yeah, I just like to hold on to my money for when I really, really need it. It's just how cautious I am, I guess. And you would think people would get used to that after a while, because on that last video I did back in the sewers, I had someone tell me, "Why don't you use repels?" Even though I already explained it a million times, you know, why I don't use repels. But well, enough about that. I promised I would talk about something else as far as added effects and random hacks goes. I have mentioned this in my blog, but I think it's worth talking about here as well, because I really want you guys to see that. So, it's a guy who, to my knowledge, has many world records in Pokemon, and he was trying to do a run of... Okay, I gotta establish something here. The encounter rate is definitely not on my side today. And, you know, I've been saying a lot that, you know, it's been toned down compared to Black and White 1. but it really doesn't look like it today. And the amazing thing is, it's here in this place that I realized, wow, they really toned things down since the last game. The first time I played this game, because, well, I was training a dynamo right around here, and, are you serious? I can't walk 5 steps without getting into one of these. And usually when I would grind in Black and White 1, I would get interrupted on the way to the Audino a lot. And yet, in this game, it barely ever happened in my practice run. It barely ever happened in this run, too. So it's kind of weird that suddenly I would get so many random encounters. I guess that's just bad luck, because I'm not the only one who thinks that they really toned down the encounter rates in this game. But yeah, as I was saying, really skilled guy, holds a lot of world records in Pokemon. He was trying to do a full Pokédex speedrun of Blue, using a lot of glitches, of course, which is why the speedrun takes less than 5 hours. Anyway, he was on course to beat the record. All that was left for him to do was take out Blue's Blastoise, and he won. And the one Pokemon that he had was a level 100 Mew, because his Gengar got killed by Alakazam, because Alakazam hung on with like 1 HP from the Gengar's attack, so all that was left was Mew. And basically what happened was, remember how broken Freeze was back in Gen 1? Well, it happened on the very last turn of the run. He was on course to beat the record by a few minutes, and then that happened. He got frozen by the Blastoise that was near death, only one more hit, and it went down, and you got frozen, and there's just about no way to thaw out a Pokemon that gets frozen in Gen 1. You can wait and wait and wait until the cows come home, but you are not thawing out anytime soon, so basically, yeah, that's what happened. He got frozen, and he eventually lost because he had no other Pokemon than the Gengar and the Mew. So, okay, we got an item somewhere around here. Perhaps up here? Yeah, Tiny Mushroom. So, this is the Celestial Tower that we're supposed to go to. However, I would like to complete Route 7 before I go there. So, I am going to head over there, I guess. Nope, that wasn't a good idea, because there's an item up there that I just saw. So I'm going to have to backtrack a bit. So, yeah, if you want to see the video of that happening, I'm going to put it in the movie description, because, damn, that has to be the worst feeling ever. I don't know how he didn't go on a temper tantrum and just busted everything in the room, because that's probably what I would have done. That's why I don't have the patience to speedrun anything naturally, but still, holy crap. Last turn of the run, you're about to beat the world record, and that happens. 10% chance of freeze on Blastoise's Blizzard. I would like to say that it's karma for starting with Charmander, but I guess I can't even do that anymore, because Mega Charizard is actually going to be somewhat useful, and it doesn't look as bland and boring as regular Charizard does. So I guess I can't really hate on Charizard all that much anymore, because I don't have much of a point, which is kind of a shame, because bashing Charizard sort of became one of my trademarks. And I guess I could stick with it for a comedic effect, but it just wouldn't have that genuine feel to it, you know? I wonder what I'm gonna do, and oh crap. Well, I guess I'm ending this video in the middle of a battle as well, because, well, the battle didn't get triggered when I got near her, so I thought maybe, hey, it's a friendly NPC, she's not gonna want to battle. Nope! She wants to battle, and decides to ruin my fun. Or not, because she took pity on me and she decided to help me kill that Darumaka by using Belly Drum. That's actually kind of funny. Anyway, next time we're probably going to have some news from Korokoro. So, we are going to go over these, naturally, as I always do.